Hello, I'm Ross Twiddell from Cultaholic. You are a sexual wank pheasant, and welcome to all of these WTF moments from last night's Monday Night Raw. An episode of Monday Night Raw, in terms of it being a go-home show for a main roster pay-per-view, was absolutely crap. Did we build anticipation for TLC 2019? Did we, bugger? But that did not mean I did not enjoy last night's Raw, because there was a lot of newsworthy stuff happening. But most of all, I enjoyed the pacing of the show. Everywhere you turned, there was something happening. I was captivated just about all the way through, even if some parts of the show were a bit too stupid, even for me. And I am really, really stupid. WTF! So we kick things off with Jerry the King Lawler in the ring, and I can't have been the only person to spot the irony of Jerry the King Lawler wearing the shirt that said King of Love. Divorced 3 times and other things. And then we have Jerry the King Lawler reading out a statement from Lana's lawyer that read, "For the purpose of this divorce proceeding, Lana has waived the distance provision in the temporary restraining order. However, I must caution Rusev that all other provisions in the order of protection still will be enforced to the fullest extent of the law." And I can't have been the only one to have a sudden flashback to last week's Raw in Tennessee, the absolutely crooked state of Tennessee. Just imagine on this week's Raw, the police officers rocking up and saying, "Well, we do things differently here in Greenville, South Carolina." And then we have my Bane spirit animal Rusev, who rocked up to this law-binding, legal divorce procedure with no legal representation of his own, and wearing a Donald the Duck t-shirt, for Christ's sake. Wrestling cannot be any better, can it? But he rocked up to last night's Raw and immediately tried to murder Jerry the King Lawler. He did, you know. There's footage of it on last night's Raw that aired around the world. Roo, you cannot step into a WWE ring where Jerry the King Lawler is. Go behind Jerry the King Lawler. Wrap your big sweaty arms around Jerry the King's torso. Put your arms there on his chest where his heart is and start shaking him like he's a can of whipped cream. His heart might pop for a second time. Why am I laughing at that? Get to the back of the line, bitch. I don't mean that, I'm sorry. And then we have Lana, who did this. And to her, that counts as speaking actual words. But after she did, she said to Rusev, "How, Rusev? Stop interrupting me. I don't appreciate it." Well, let me tell you, Lana, after the last few weeks of trying to listen to your painful, nonsensical ramblings, we very much do appreciate Rusev cutting you off. Go on the Rusev, do it every single chance you get. What's happened to Lana? She used to be good, but now she hasn't got a clue, has she? And then we have Lana, who claimed that the WWE Universe used to call Rusev, that's my bay and spirit animal of course, stupid, fat, ugly, and we also said apparently that he couldn't wrestle. Cue Montez Ford shocked face. One question, Lana. When did any of us do that? I have fancied that man for years. I've just said that on camera. I don't regret it. Yes, Rusev might not have had a 5-star match in his career. That's the one thing that lets him down, in my humble opinion. But still, you cannot say he can't wrestle. He doesn't stink out the joint every single time he steps in the ring. He plays the big brute man. He's doing his role. And then we have Lana having to go at Rusev for coming in second. And I was sat there wondering what was the best way to put this into words that wouldn't get this video demonetized by the YouTube lords. They're horrible, they are. So I took to Twitter and I saw something unprecedented, which means it's now time for this.
Wankety wank, wankety wank, wankety wank, wankety wank, wankety wank, wankety wank, wankety wank.
That intro was a bit ironic in the context of this WTF moment, wasn't it? But wouldn't you just know it, the WTFE has become the WTFer, as Corey Graves last night was doing my job. So that there, this little tweet here, that's what the common thing was about. Aye. And then we get to another moment in this absolute bollocks of an opening segment that just proved that professional wrestling is absolutely beautiful, isn't it? It's a wonderful thing. Just before Rusev put his pen to paper and signed the divorce papers, he said that he wanted something from Lana. Did he want Lana's car? Did he bollocks? Did he want Lana's toaster? Did he bollocks? Did he want a portion of Lana's bank account? Did he bollocks? Did he want to suckle on Bobby Lashley's willy? Which I don't know what I've just said that for. It wasn't any of those things to make this divorce proceeding finalised. Rusev wanted a match, a wrestling match, at TLC on Sunday against Lana's, I'll get this right now, boyfriend Bobby Lashley. It's just silly, isn't it? It's nonsense, but it's also beautiful. And then big Bobby Lashley appeared himself and he revealed that once this divorce procedure has been finalised, that he is going to ask Lana to marry him. And quite frankly, Bobby, you are absolutely mental, son. Quite frankly, Bobby, if someone as pure and as wholesome as my bear and spirit animal Rusev, if he cannot survive with Lana, what chance does some Burke like you have? Your own sisters, man, Bobby. They used to tie you up and leave you in fields and beat you with brooms. You are absolutely fucked. And then we have Big Daddy Drew McIntyre telling Matt Hardy that Drew doesn't think that Matt Hardy reproducing is a good idea, just in case of any of those Hardleys following Matt Hardy's footsteps outside the ring. Drew's trying to turn the Weens against Matt. But getting the names wrong, that won't work, Drew. Hack theory, boys and girls, Kevin Owens hates Mojo Rawley for realsies. Go back and watch that slap from last night's Raw and then look at the picture Mojo showed of his back after Kevin Owens took Ronald Mysterio's pipe. Steady now. After he took Ronald Mysterio's lead pipe to Mojo's back. You can try and convince me otherwise, but the evidence is there. You're not going to change my mind. It's just like when Terrence slapped Brooke Shields on the South Park movie, but worse. Viking Raiders having a match against actual WWE superstars. The end is nigh, the end is nigh, time to run away, the end is nigh, nigh. And then SmackDown, Sami Zayn appeared and we thought the piss and wildcard rule was in our rearview mirrors, but it's not. It's still there, and yeah. They don't listen to anybody's feedback, do they? But Sami let us know that he was on Raw, even though he's a SmackDown superstar, because he is now a manager or an enabler, a liberator. That's what he is, But he's got a managerial license now that allows him to appear on both brands, and I was thinking about Ronald Mysterio and Brock Lesnar, but what does any of this matter? It's a load of nonsense, isn't it? Bugger the wildcard rule. I'd love to say F, but I can't. Anyway, it would appear that Sami Zayn can predict the future, because when he appeared on last night's Raw, he started harping on about Kevin Owens humiliating and slapping Mojo Rawley in the face. So I'm left asking the question, what was Sami Zayn doing at Raw to begin with? Because he can't have known Mojo was going to get slapped by Kevin, could he? He also can't have seen Mojo get slapped by Kevin and thought, oh, I'll hop on a plane to, from wherever SmackDown's doing a live event. I don't know where it was. I couldn't find it on Google. But I saw Mojo get slapped. I thought, oh, I'll go to Raw. That can't have happened either. And then you think if he was there scouting superstars, why the hell would Sami Zayn, the Liberator, a very clever man, why would he even consider Mojo Rawley to manage? If we're looking at things in a strictly kayfabe standpoint, Mojo Rawley is absolutely crap. He is bottom tier in kayfabe, of course, of all of the WWE superstars. You have to go all the way back to May the 13th of this year for Mojo Rawley's last main roster singles match that was nothing to do with the 24/7 title. And that speaks for itself. He's awful, Sami. What the hell are you doing? Not to mention the fact he still dresses like a condom. Cue Montez Ford face again. She's alive! She's alive! July the 16th, Liv Morgan told us all that when she comes back, she's going to be real. And there we were on December the 9th, seeing this first teaser Oh, what? At least it happened though, I guess, but why are they taking so much time? Oh, that move. Somebody please tell me why you would hold yourself up when you know someone's going to kick you in the face. I'm waiting. So go back and watch that spinning elbow ting from Andrade to Humberto Carrillo. And you will see a spinning elbow that is roughly 1,000 times more devastating than Chris Jericho's Judas effect, yet Andrade's can only get a 2 count, while Chris Jericho's beats everybody. Now I know that these two wrestlers who work for different companies doing the same-ish sort of move are not related in the slightest, but I saw that elbow from Andrade to Humberto on last night's Raw, and I thought, Christ, that's weird, isn't it? This title means everything to me, said Ronald Mysterious. Now just picture Shawn Michaels, the boyhood dream has come true at WrestleMania. You picture Kofi Kingston at this year's WrestleMania, Daniel Bryan back in 2014. Then you look at Ronald Mysterious there, and that championship meant so much to him that the night he won it, he literally died. Inside and out, maybe. But jumping back to his promo from last night's Raw, and I can't have helped but noticed Ronald Mysterious's eyes, and I just hope that Ronald Mysterious gets a good night's kip very soon. Look at how bloodshot they are. No, thank you. And yes, I did just sneeze because that sign caused an allergic reaction of some sort. I'm itchy. It's like if J&J Security were potted plants and Alan Titchmarsh came along with some Miracle Grow, and that's what happened. So there we have it, boys and girls. After a little bit of a tease, a little bit of a ball tickle, Seth Rollins is now officially a bona fide heel, and he's aligned himself with 2 big sweaty men, and in the process, he became a Bond villain with a spinny chair. That was an idea that was a bit better on paper than it was in practice, you cringy bastard. But I was thinking about it and how Seth Rollins has aligned himself with 2 big sweaty men who he will not be able to talk to, because Akam and Reza, they no longer speak English in WWE. That's the thing now, isn't it? They speak 2 separate languages. Maybe the new club will have a secret language or something. How cute. It's like being in bloody play school. What am I talking about? I don't know.
What do you want from me? I've been asking myself for so long, said Seth Rollins. I mean, from my perspective, Seth, it's quite simple. I just want a top WWE superstar, a potential face of the company, who stops putting his foot in it every chance he gets. I want a bloke who does not make himself look like an arsehole in every interview or every time he logs on Twitter when he's supposed to be the face of WWE and somebody we rally behind and support. I just want a nice bloke in and outside the ring. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Just like you were, Seth, all the way through 2018, unless I've forgotten about something, but I don't think I'd have. I don't know what's changed with Sethy Poo over the past 7 or 8 months, but something clearly has. You go back to 2018, when on Raw, he would just wrestle for hours, literally hours, in one go, and you thought, wow, look at this man, look at the effort, look at the passion. You can't help but get behind this man and his ascension back to the main event after, remember, a period of time when he rocked back up at WWE as a baby face, and he just wasn't connecting, was he? His actions spoke a lot louder than crappy tweets and nonsensical interviews ever did. He could literally do no wrong about a year or more ago, but now, whoa, it doesn't matter obviously now because he is now a bona fide heel, but this heel turn has come as a result of the things he's doing and also the things that he's completely oblivious to. I go back to that Corey Graves interview where he was saying, I've become the man the fans wanted me to be, but they hated me for it. You were doing things that make us hate you. It doesn't matter, of course, he's a heel, he's probably the most complex superstar in WWE, and it's weird how life imitating art has turned into quite a compelling story in kayfabe. Did he mean this all along? Did he bugger? I don't know. No, I don't know what the hell that yellow and black thing is, but whatever it is, it's blocking that stretcher from getting inside the ambulance, and the 2 buffoons trying to put that stretcher inside the ambulance don't realise it. And then we had Becky Lynch whapping out a rock bottom. Since when's that been a thing? And before you say she didn't grab the arm, it wasn't her manhandle slam or whatever they called it. It was a rock bottom. What? Where? Ooh. Now we have to deal with Big Vic Joseph, who called Charlotte Ric Flair. And he also called Becky Bliss, I think, as well. But I might be wrong, because I was lost in the 1.75 million bams he let out during the course of last night's show.
Stop it, man, Vic. And then we have a jobber with a brain. That young man there took Erick Rowan's big box. He put that big box at the top of the ramp. Erick Rowan, naturally, because his big box is very special to him or something, went running up the ramp to get it. And while he was doing that, that young man there ran through the crowd to get back into the ring to try and get Erick Rowan counted out. Obviously, it didn't work, but the plan was brilliant. This wasn't a normal squash match because they are boring as piss, and this wasn't. This was fun. It was a great idea. More jobbers with brains, please. So next up, we have the Kabuki Warriors here cutting an old promo backstage. And whoa, this is one to wrap your heads round. We had the champions challenging the challengers to challenge them for a championship match, even though the champions are heels, therefore they shouldn't want to challenge the baby faces to a championship match. Championships, just backwards, isn't it? And that there apparently is an SNL parody. I don't know. I don't watch it. All I know is that surely must be setting up for a big WrestleMania match. A WrestleMania return, of course, for Michael and Colin. Can't wait. But still, I know they still have the Street Profits for some reason in the role as the narrator at the Christmas play. But at least this was more produced. At least it was something to sink our teeth into. And also, we had a couple of great moments. The Montez face, and also Tez and Big Dawkins taking the piss out of big bally bastard Baron Corbin's little Willie. And then, unless I fell into a deep coma or something, in terms of these WTF moments, we fast forward all the way through until the end of that main event. And who took their time? Who spent too long doing their thing? Which meant the main event had to run short. Apparently, some places around the world didn't even see the pin fall. Me personally, the little graphic thing appeared before Rey Mysterio had even rolled Alan James Styles up. Alan Jones. It's Halloween Havoc 1998 on Monday Night Raw. Wow, what a great show. I feel like Mafu. I mean, it wasn't great, but it also wasn't WWE Raw bad, which is really, really bad. It was actually, I was entertained, me. Am I wrong? Am I dying? Maybe. Help us. Thanks for watching. Let us know what you think in the comments below. You can follow us on Twitter at Cultaholic. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Cultaholic. And if you enjoy what we do here at Cultaholic, you can pledge to our Patreon page, patreon.com/Cultaholic. Hit subscribe and join us.